Hello and welcome to Naivety Gaming. I'm your host Matt, and this is the 45th week of Cheap Weekly Thrills. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We could always use some more subscribers around here, and I think you guys are going to enjoy what's coming on next. So, Cheap Weekly Thrills is where I browse Steam and find games that have been released in the past week that have been released for $5 or less. And this week, it is the week of Tuesday, August 7th, 2018, and the game for this week is a really cool puzzle game. As you guys already know, if you guys are long-time fans of Cheap Weekly Thrills, you guys will know that I love my puzzle games, and you guys are gonna like this one. The game is called Numberline 3. So Numberline 3 is actually a really interesting puzzle game. It takes a unique look at what most puzzle games, have tried to do before, which is create a brand new way of solving a puzzle. So as you'll see on the screen, you've got your roadmap of what you're supposed to solve, and then on the left side is what you're trying to solve. And as we get into the game, I'll kind of show you how you solve these, but as you see on the screen, what will happen is when you click down and unveil a tile, you'll actually increase the number. So, like I said, I'll get into this more when we get into the game itself. I just wanted to see that the publisher is Indover's Studio, and the price for this game is currently 15% off. It's $169, and on Friday it will return back to its $2 price tag, so make sure you grab this game before it goes back to its normal price. So I'll give this a couple of quick tests, and I shall see you guys in just a moment. Hello and welcome to Numberline 3. Before I try to incorrectly tell you about this game, I'm just gonna show you about really what it's about. So with this, like I was saying, you've got your map of what you want your puzzle to look like when it's all done. But how does this work? So what you do is you can click around on just any old tile and it'll just pop up as a 1. Now you're thinking, how do I get this 2? How do I increase the value of that? Do I just click on this? Well, actually you don't. You have to think backwards. So whenever you place a new tile down in the adjacent proximity of one that you've already placed down, it will increase that value of the ones that have already been placed before. So as you saw there, so we've got that 1 there that changed to 2 because we put the 1 here. So if I unveil a tile here, the other 2 tiles that are adjacent to it will then increase in value. So you're wondering, okay, so if I want this to go up, I want this to go up, but I don't want this one to go up, how do I do that? You click over here, and like I said, it'll just be the ones that are directly adjacent to the other tiles that have been placed. So it won't be like in a proximity of like the 10 spaces around it or whatever. It'll just be kind of this little hexagon grid here around it, the 6 adjacent spots around it. So that being said, first level, how do we solve this puzzle? So as this game that I've learned from playing around just a little bit, you have to, as I may have said before, you need to think backwards. You need to go backwards from how you want this to work. So the higher numbers mean that they've probably been placed first. So that means we'll have to go put these guys in the corners. And then, like I said earlier, to increase the value, we put the tile down adjacent to ones that have already been placed. So we're on to level 2. And I kind of gave this example earlier with the 4, 3, and the 1 and 1. It was kind of what I was kind of alluding to. So like I was saying, the ones that you place down first are the higher number ones. So we've got all of our 4s in place. I can probably put down the 1 here because that's not going to be touched by anybody. So, like I said, well, we have all of our 4s placed down. So then we'll go here for the 3s. And here's the interesting part, is you might want to think that that might be changed to a 2 by placing the other ones around, and as I was saying before, it actually won't increase in value because it is not directly adjacent. So we'll put the one here, and put the one here, and that's how you get the 4, 3, 1, 1 grid kind of going on here. So let me just quickly finish those guys up, and we're now on to level 3. As I was saying before, start with your higher numbers if you can, but I think this one, if I recall correctly, might be a little bit different. So let me see if I can try doing what I've been talking about before. Okay, so that worked. Now please note what I did here. There is a specific way of going about placing these. You can't just go, okay, so I need a 3 here and 3 here, so that means to get a 2 and a 2 there, I'll go that and that. Well, what you did there is you screw it up. So what you do with this guy is you have to think, again, you gotta think backwards. To get this one a 2, you have to make this one a 2, or placing it down. So let me take a step back. So here's our 3s. And to get this one and this one to be a 2, you place that one down first, place this one down second. So then you've got, you're thinking, okay, so hold on. This is not what I want. I need that to be a 3, that to be a 2, and that to be a 3. Well, you're in luck, because if you place a 1 here, that works. And like I was saying earlier, this guy here, to get that to be a 3, you just do the exact opposite from what you did on top. So go, you'll work your way in. So place a 1 there, place 1 there. You've got your kind of little trifecta of 2s, and you place that last tile, and you're good to go. So like I was saying, it's incredibly important to think backwards and to think about your placement in what order that you're doing it. Kind of going back to the previous level, if you go, okay, so I need 2s all the way along there, I'll just go 1, 2, 3, sure. Well, you can't really place another tile around here because that's not what's in the result. So you have to go backwards. You gotta put your 3s down first. Put that one there. Now that there, like I was saying earlier, you screw it up there, so let's think about this. If we do that, we're good there, but then when you do put those guys down there, then you'll increase the 3s to the 4s, so let's try doing in like that, kind of in over here as well. So then we'll put a 1 here, put a 1 here, so we've got our 2s across, the 3 and the 2, 2s across, 3, again the 2 in the bottom, and then we've got our 1 there. So that's how we're going to solve this puzzle, this 4th puzzle. So we'll work our way through, leaving that top canopy, that top peak empty, until we get to about here. We'll place it down, we'll place the other one down, and we've solved our puzzle. So, with this guy here, like I said, let's work our way backwards. Let's get those 3s down first. And if you want your 2s on the very edge, what you're going to have to do is think backwards and work your way in. So I'll do those guys, where's that? Here, here, and here. And then we'll increase both of those. Both of those. We want a 2 here, 1 there. Alright, so we've got our answer there. And we're on to level 6. I think this is going to be the last one that I'm going to do for you guys today, because I want to save some levels for you guys. I want to have you guys personally experience this level, or brand new levels here. So, what we'll do here is leave you guys with a few levels of your own. So like I was saying earlier, you start with the higher value numbers or tiles first. And for this 4221 tile, how are we going to go about this? I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, and then boom. To get this higher value for here, got to work backwards. So there we are there. And for this last one here, I think we're going to do is put our 2s there, put our 2s there, go 1 and 1. Perfect. So that was Numberline 3. I really enjoy this game. It's pretty well done. The frame rate is great. The graphics are very simplistic, but they're very good. They're not like, you know, low quality, low resolution pictures or anything. It stands out and it just works the way that it should. It's a pretty basic game. There's not any, you know, unnecessary high quality cinematics or videos or tutorials of that kind of nature that are in your face in the way. It's just kind of like a, hey, come on, play. We're being pretty accepting, pretty open about this. And as with this game, as its simplicity, there's not a whole lot of options as far as like resolution and whatnot, because there shouldn't be. It just full screen it up. Let's get this game to work. So like I was saying, that was Numberline 3. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure to like and subscribe. We could always use some more subscribers around here. I think you guys would really enjoy what we have coming next. We've got, we're coming on up on our year. We've almost been doing cheap weekly thrills for a full year now, so we're probably going to have a cheap weekly cheap weekly thrills, a year in review, where I'll cover some of my personal favorite games. And for the next couple of episodes, make sure you comment down below about some of your favorite games that we've reviewed over the past year. So if you are an indie developer, somebody that's in the process of currently making their own video game, send me an email at matt@theextraneouszone.com. If you're releasing it pretty soon, I would definitely like to hear about it so we can line up a day where I can review it for you guys and then be able to put it out there so, you know, we can get some more exposure for you and just to play an awesome game that you've put so much time into and just want to show it to the world. So that'd be my pleasure if you send me an email at matt@theextraneouszone.com. This was the 45th week of Cheap Weekly Thrills, and I can't wait to play some brand new games that we'll find next week in the 46th week, where, you know, it could be anything. Could be puzzle games, could be racing games, could be RPGs. We won't know until then, so stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care now. Bye-bye.